I chose this Paramontage titled Return to start this series of videos, having taken it the day before to a meeting of friends at a cafe in Alexandria. I showed the work around and the feedback was generally positive. The small poem was written in 2011 and the sonnet was written in 19 November 2010. The photos were taken at the time of the massacre commemorative event in 2011. The short poem goes like this. I long for a path, daylight in the valley of dreams unlived. I named the Paramontage after the short poem when I made it this year. Myall Creek came up as a topic of discussion at the lunch, not only because of the artwork, but because a woman who was there is related to Denny Day, the magistrate who was the first of many people in positions of authority to investigate the crimes, which took place in 1838. Catherine showed me a web page about another ancestor that had a painted portrait on it. In the Paramontage you can see in that man named Lyle Munro, and I made him prominent because of the central role he played in the establishment of the memorial, which took place in 2000. I had to crop and blow up one photo in my collection to make him large enough to feature, though you can also see him standing in other photos taken at the time. Myall Creek is unique in many ways as a site of reconciliation, and the event is held every year during the Queen's birthday weekend. I went a few times, but it's too far for my heart nowadays. At this year's event, hundreds of people turned up, with an estimated 40% being newcomers. The sonnet goes like this. Fire's the best thing for murder's disguising. Caw, caw, carrion crow, hey, derry down. Dark shapes hop about and smoke is rising. Up on the tablelands where there's no town, no women and no magistrate, just scrub fit only to clear to make room for kine. In the silence the black heads swivel up and as a presence moves along the incline, and now footfalls sound among the earthward slung branches and grey leaves. The crows retreat and a man surveys the remains, his sword like a wing, grossly swinging in the heat. There were some women, but this day they're gone, writ in the lists of the wretched and torn. I didn't take so many photos in 2011 because it was my third time attending and the novelty had become diluted somewhat, though I stay involved in other ways. Since its establishment, the site has been developed and there's now an amphitheatre for dancers. Further enhancements are planned.